Excellency President Julius Maada, as we will be meeting with the Prime Minister of Senegal, His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, who is in Sierra Leone. He arrived actually last night for a 2-day state visit to Sierra Leone. And not too long from now, His Excellency President Julius Maada and His Excellency Ousmane Sonko will make their way into the Oval Office of President Julius Maada for this all-important 2-day state visit to Sierra Leone. Distinguished dignitaries from Senegal have made their way into the Oval Office. Also, here present is the Chief Minister, Dr. David Monina Senge, and a host of other cabinet ministers and deputy ministers, all seated and waiting for the meeting to commence. Not too long from now, we will soon have His Excellency President Julius Maada and His Excellency Ousmane Sonko making their way into the Oval Office for this all-important state visit. And of course, as you must have known, our esteemed viewers, that over the years, Sierra Leone and Senegal has had a very good, long-standing bilateral relations, and in terms of trade, investments, and cultural commonalities, Sierra Leone as well as Senegal has enjoyed a long-standing bilateral relations, and that is something that will be cemented and it's going to be demonstrated in this all-important meeting here we will be having at State House, as the two gentlemen will be meeting. Also, part of this meeting is a discussion will be held on the investment in various aspects in the country, in the minerals sector, in energy, marine, and other investment opportunities for both countries to enjoy. And so it is going to be a very fruitful visit in which there are a lot of investment opportunities that both nations will, be benefiting from each other. Detail of this particular visit will be discussed here when His Excellency President Julius Maada and His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, Prime Minister of Senegal, will have met. As you can see, dignitaries are still making their way into the Oval Office of the President, and all waiting for this all-important meeting to soon commence. Also part of the meeting, and there is also going to be a fruitful meeting with His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, Prime Minister of Senegal, and that of Vice President. And a lot of investment opportunities are also going to be discussed in that particular meeting. Running quickly through the agenda, include presentation on the mining and energy sector, along with proposal for a mineral hub to be established in Sierra Leone. Also, the Honorable Vice President will be taking the Prime Minister of Senegal on a working visit to Marampa mines in Tonkolili, and of course other mining areas in Sierra Leone, all of which is geared towards cementing the bilateral relations between both countries. We still continue to bring you live pictures here at State House in the Oval Office of His Excellency the President. Our esteemed viewers, the arrival of the Vice President, Dr. Julius. The Vice President, Dr. Julius, has just entered the Oval Office of President Julius Maada, and all set, just waiting for both His Excellency President Julius Maada and His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, Prime Minister of Senegal, to make their way into the Oval Office for the start of this all-important meeting between the two distinguished gentlemen of both Sierra Leone and Senegal. Viewers just joining us, you are watching live coverage from the State House in Freetown in the Oval Office of the President. The arrival and meeting with the Prime Minister of Senegal, His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, who is here in Sierra Leone on a 2-day state visit to the Republic of Sierra Leone. Highlights of this all-important visit will be tailored around cementing bilateral relations that already exist between Sierra Leone and Senegal, long bilateral relations. And of course, it will also create investment opportunities between both nations in the mining sector, energy, and of course, fisheries and marine resources sector. The stage is set for the meeting of His Excellency President Julius Maada and His Excellency Ousmane Sonko, Prime Minister of Senegal, who will soon make their way into the Oval Office of the President for this all-important state visit to commence. Already we just witnessed the arrival of His Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Julius, who has made his way into the Oval Office. As our esteemed viewers must have known, last year His Excellency President Diomaye Faye of Senegal was also in Sierra Leone for a state visit. And also in June this year, the Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko has also made a state visit to Sierra Leone. That's just to demonstrate the bilateral relations that exist between Sierra Leone and Senegal. The two sister nations has also enjoyed a lot of commonalities in terms of shared culture, investment, and of course trade opportunities that have existed over time. To also give our esteemed viewers some of the diplomatic relations that has existed between Sierra Leone.
Yes, please rise for the arrival of His Excellency President.
As President Julius Maada will be making his way into the Oval Office alongside the Prime Minister of Senegal, His Excellency Ousmane Sonko. Our esteemed viewers, His Excellency Julius Maada and Prime Minister His Excellency Ousmane Sonko of Senegal have just made their way into the Oval Office, and the meeting will soon commence.
Vice President, the visiting Prime Minister, and members of the delegation, Minister of Government, order of proceedings. His Excellency the President will commence with a few opening remarks. And that will be followed by a response from the Prime Minister, His Excellency Ousmane Sonko. And immediately after that, members of the press will depart the room. His Excellency the President, for your opening welcome.
Thank you very much. My brother and friend, the Prime Minister of Senegal. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you on behalf of the government and people of Sierra Leone. and gentlemen, we've had a very close relationship diplomatically with the Senegal, but we have not explored beyond diplomacy. And we want to, as a new generation of leaders, go beyond just diplomacy. We want to see how the great people of the two countries can use this relationship for the benefit of the two people. So what you see today, this visit, we had the president here before, President Faye was here, and the Prime Minister is here today. This visit is meant to deepen that relationship. We have great potentials between our two countries, but we have not used the synergy which can flow from exploiting those possibilities so that we can, within the region, maybe 700 kilometers away and 1 hour by air, use that to the benefit of our people. So this is intentional, this is deliberate, and this is an attempt to link the two countries so that we can enjoy the potential we have in Africa. So I'm very delighted, Mr. Prime Minister, to receive you. This is home, and feel free to come back any day, but there are a lot of things that we want to explore. You're welcome.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, ladies and gentlemen, ministers from both countries, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, it is for me a subject of great joy to be present in Sierra Leone.
Je commencerai par vous transmettre les salutations et les amitiés de votre homologue, le président Bassirou Diomaye Faye.
In the first place, I would like to convey to you the greetings your colleague, the President of the Republic of Senegal, Julius Faye,
qui il y a près d'un an était de passage ici dans le cadre de sa tournée de prise de contact avec les homologues.
who 1 year ago passed here for the purpose of visiting his colleagues in the sub-region.
Ma visite donc aujourd'hui s'inscrit en droite ligne de cette visite pour attester de l'importance que nous accordons à la relation entre nos deux pays.
My visit today is a follow-up of what he did 1 year ago and also to demonstrate our commitment to establishing the relationship that we have in West Africa.
Monsieur le Président, vous l'avez dit tantôt, nos pays ont tout le potentiel, tous les atouts, toutes les ressources pour travailler à le développement. Ce qui nous manque, c'est, comme vous l'avez dit, la synergie et la coopération.
Your Excellency, in your speech earlier, you alluded to the fact that both countries have lots of potentials, resources. However, what is lacking is the synergy.
Nous sommes au Sénégal, en tout cas, la doctrine qui a été impulsée par le président Bassirou Diomaye Faye, c'est une doctrine visant à prioriser d'abord et avant tout nos relations intra-africaines et au sein de cette relation intra-africaine, nos relations avec les populations de la sous-région de Sahel.
The doctrine, philosophy that has been promoted by your colleague, the President of the Republic of Senegal, is that of inter-Africa relationship, especially with focus on the relationship within the West African region.
Monsieur le vice-président de la Sierra Leone, à 2 fois a été de passage à Dakar et on a beaucoup échangé sur ces problématiques.
Your Excellency, the Vice President has paid visit twice to Senegal, and during his visit, we've had a series of discussions on those issues.
Je le remercie pour l'invitation à visiter Freetown et nous permettre d'avancer en essayant de conclure de manière pragmatique un certain nombre d'axes
extending the invitation to me, to Sierraleone, so that we'll be able to concretize some of the discussions that we've heard before.
Monsieur le Président, sur les trois défis majeurs du continent africain et de notre région, le défi sécuritaire, le défi de la stabilité politique et le défi économique, le Sénégal tend la main, comme il le tend à tous nos autres voisins, pour qu'ensemble nous puissions travailler à trouver les bonnes solutions.
Excellency, the challenges in West Africa, security, instability, and others are issues that are of central concern, and to resolve them, we would like to extend our hands to our colleagues in the sub-region.
Et pour terminer, pour dire que pour le volet bilatéral entre nos deux pays, vous l'avez dit, Freetown, Dakar, c'est à peut-être moins de 1000 km si on passe par la voie maritime. C'est à moins de 2 heures de vol si on passe par la voie aérienne. Ça aurait été peut-être une journée de voyage avec une bonne route ou une journée et demie. Nous sommes là pour qu'ensemble nous puissions développer cet axe à travers les corridors de transport, à travers la mutualisation de nos ressources naturelles. Vous en avez beaucoup ici, fer, bauxite, or. Nous en avons beaucoup là-bas, gaz, phosphate, etc. Nous devons aller vers la phase d'industrialisation, de transformation locale de ces énergies, de ces ressources, de sorte que la valeur ajoutée nous permette de gagner 10 fois, 100 fois, peut-être 1000 fois plus que ce qu'on gagne actuellement. Et si on se donne la main, nous sommes convaincus que nous pourrons y arriver rapidement.
At the bilateral level, it is clear. When you look at Senegal and Sierraleone, the distances are very short, whether you use the air or you use the land or you use the ocean. And as you may know, the resources are also enormous within those two regions. So we could benefit by exploring avenues, especially pertaining to road corridors, but not only that, adding value to the resources that both countries have, but also federating the resources that we have in relation to energy.
Et je suis convaincu qu'à l'issue de cette visite, nous allons faire un pas de géant vers cette direction. Tout en vous remerciant, comme vous l'avez dit, je me sens chez moi ici à Freetown, mais vous remerciant également, puisqu'hier soir j'ai rencontré la communauté sénégalaise, qui nous a dit être très bien traité, très bien accueilli et très bien intégré dans notre pays. On vous a remercié au nom du peuple sénégalais, au nom du président de notre pays. Merci.
Now to conclude, I would like to say that I feel at home, as you always tell me, and I also have the opportunity to meet the community, the Senegalese community here, and the report is that they are fully integrated into Sierraleone. I also want to thank the Vice President for this invitation, and thank you.
Thank you, Excellencies. Members of the press will now withdraw from the room.